in Katha Upanishad, just as the sun, which is the eye of the whole world, is it not so? Yes. Is not tainted by the ocular and external defects. Same thing I told you. When I am seeing in the mirror, the ocular and external defects are not affecting me. Similarly, he refers to Katha Upanishad, which says this: sun, which is the eye of the whole world, is not tainted by the ocular, that means visual, and external defects. Similarly, the self, that is nothing but one in all beings, is not tainted by the sorrows of the world. Sun, being the eye of the whole world, is not tainted by ocular and external defects. Similarly, the self, that is nothing but one in all beings, same self, is not tainted by the sorrow, happiness of this world, because it being transcendental, all pervasive, eternal, like space. If somebody has Upanishad, they can read Katha Upanishad, second chapter, second section, and then 11th shloka. So now clear, the ocular defects, external defects, like on the day of Grahana, you will not see him. It's our ocular problem. But he is not tainted. Yes or no? Sun is not visible to us because of external defects, and also ocular defects. But he is not tainted. And this Katha Upanishad Vakya make us understand the Grahanas will not affect sun at all. He is untainted, not tainted. Maybe we may not see him, but because the rays not coming in, maybe effect on the Earth planet. What's supposed to come from him, not coming. That's it. But Rahu is not catching him. Ketu is not catching him. Because he is not tainted by any external defects. Also, he refers to another Upanishad, Brihadaranyaka Upanishad. That is once again fourth chapter, third section, and 7th shloka he refers. That says, he meditates as it were. He runs as it were. Having heard this, you are now comfortable. You understand how the consciousness enters into individual beings in the form of individual soul, which is not affected by any sorrow and happiness. You all agree with this? No objection as such. Isn't that so? But Shankara has an objection to this. Why this objection means to make his concept go straight properly without any doubt. Objection comes here for that. If the individual soul is only a mere reflection, as mentioned, then it becomes reduced to unreality, and so also the attainment of the other world, this world, etc. is an objection. I will repeat the objection once again. They are happy with the statement of Shankara. When the Atman, Parabrahman, in the form of consciousness, enters into the individual soul, in the form of individual soul, to get the name and form, it is not affected by sorrow and happiness. Like the reflection of the person on the mirror, or sun in the pot, water. We understood it. We have no objection whatsoever for this. We agree. But he raised objection himself. Says that, look, the individual soul is only a reflection, as you said, then how it is not, it reduced to unreality, is it not so? So also, its attainment of the other world, this world, etc., is it not unreality? You say, I entered, I'm not attached to anything, I'm only a reflection of that, then it is not unreal. You said, but is it not unreal? Not realistic, no? Objection. Replies, there is no such defect at all, since it is admitted to be true in its real nature as existence, and all modifications such as names, forms, etc., are true only in their nature as existence. The real nature is as existence, and all the modifications such as names, forms, etc., are true only in their nature as existence. Please understand this. Not the consciousness. They are true. Names, forms are true only in their nature as existence. But by themselves, they are surely unreal, because it has been said. Next chapter. All transformation has speech as its basis. All transformation of the consciousness, for that speech is the basis. So also, as it is an individual soul, all transformation has speech as its basis. So also is an individual soul. An offering should be in accordance with the nature of the demigod. Is it not so? When we offer demigod some offerings, it's accepted by us. The offering should be with the nature of the demigod, right? For example, a Ganapati, you have to give only Modaka. For Devi, you have to give Gudanna or Dadhyanna. So, all these gods are offered into the nature, is it not so? Therefore, all phenomenal dealings and all modifications are true in their nature as existence. Hence, in this matter, no such objection can be raised by the logic being different from existence or false. No. Though this critic can be asserted against the Dvaita standpoints, which are contradictory to one another, that they are mere fancies of their own minds and they are rooted in unreality. Okay. Having answered the objections, finally we have to understand this much. What is that? What is omniscient, omnipresent consciousness? Universal consciousness that enters to make a form and name and form as its reflection in the form of individual soul, Jivatma. That's all. And that individual soul will not have any kind of sorrows or happiness. Kanja Lochana in two ways. One is ja. One is ka and ja. Kanja Lochana taken as Kanja, then it means her eyes are like water born lotus flowers. If Kam refers to watering clouds, her eyes are not merely compared to the lotus flower in the pond. This Nama says that her eyes look like blossomed lotus flowers in a lake containing pure water, received directly from the cloud precipitation. See, Kanja Kamala once again, here he refers it. Not in Kesaru. Kamala is not in Kesaru here. It is the pure water which came from the clouds. If Kanja is taken, as I told you the other day, example, K Ka N Ja, it means that through the movement of her eyes, she creates the universe. That's what I'm telling. She creates the universe means she takes names and forms, entering into in the form of individual soul. That's exactly explained so long in the Upanishad Bhakya. The creation of the universe is nothing but that. Creation of universe is entering to every being, reflect in every being, her own form, her own true nature as individual soul. That is creation. And I think we today understand what really means the creation. That Parabrahman, Atman, universal consciousness, or cosmic energy, that enters into the beings in the form of individual soul. That is creation. That creation is done just by Unmesha Nimishotpanna Vipanna Bhona Valaihi in Sahasranama. Here is Kanjalocanayai. Same thing. The movement of her eyes, she creates the universe like Unmesha Nimishotpanna Vipanna. Creation means that universal consciousness reflecting in the individual souls of beings, so it gets name and form. At the same time, when we refer to this Unmesha Nimishotpanna, the series of words arise and disappear with the opening and shutting of her eyes. The meaning of that. Unmesha Nimishotpanna Vipanna Bhuvanavali is equivalent name here, Kanjalocanayai. Kanjalocanayai is by the movement of her eyes, she creates the universe. And also by shutting her eyes, everything is dissolved. But the opening and shutting refer to the influence of the destiny of beings. It's only her mere wish. And I mentioned you, Bhaskar Makin has given about 230 references. One reference is Agnavatara. This Agnavatara is the 13th reference he has given. And he lost this text, not available. He lost so many. This is one more. This is a text. One of the texts. There are many texts dealing with Srividya. So many texts. One of the texts is Agnavatara. Here that says, I am repeating only Bhashya of Bhaskara Makin because I don't have that Agnavatara. Says, by her mere wish, the whole universe appears and disappears. So her mere wish, she reflects in the form of individual soul, in the name and form. And mere wish, through the name and form also. So creation, destruction, both are happening by her wish and her by just closing and opening eyes. Because it's mentioned here, Devi Atman has no eyes to open and close. It is just to say, what we call upameya, that's all, to express that. The creation is simply the expression of her wish, which I mentioned in the beginning of Upanishad Vakya. The Jagati, wishes to enter as an individual soul in the beings. Her wish that creates the universe, world. All the manifestation of the universe is with her will. You open your eyes and close your eyes at your will. It happens. And I also mentioned here one definition. A Nata Sampradaya, but he is called Gorakshanata. He says, the moment occupied by the highest teacher in the creation, the same as that occupied in the universe destruction. The same, the highest form, whatever it is. It is universal consciousness and universal energy. Brahmanda pragne ಮತ್ತು Shakti, which is the cause for creation. Also, same is the cause for destruction of the universe. Exactly. He reflects and withdraws. 55th shloka of Saundarya. It also gives similar meaning of what we have discussed just before. And I was thinking, with a serious note, what made Shankara Bhagavad not to take Sahasranama for his Bhashya? Nothing for him. He did so much of Bhashyas. Why he preferred Trishati? Then I come to conclusion. Lalita Sahasranama also talks about Kaula Marga also. Kaula Marga Tatparase. Kaulini Kula Yogini. All these namas talks about Kaula Marga. Shankara, during his days, he did everything possible to ensure the proper way of worship and sadhana. You know, earlier Ganapatiyas and all, they were doing so much more. So also happening in Srividya, particularly Panchamakaras and all. So he stuck to only Samayachara. So he want to go to Sahasranama, he must talk about Kola. So that's why it's my understanding. There's no mention anywhere. Maybe that is one of the reasons he did not talk about Bashya for Sahasranama. Then another thing is, Saundar Lahari is full of Samayan's concept expressed there. Samyachara, then Kavalachara. But there are efforts from some people while giving explanation to Saundar Lahari to apply that Kavalachara to Saundar Lahari. They have tried. I have seen. Maybe I have gone through some 10-12 Bashyas on Saundar Lahari. Different Bashyas. Even Lakshmidhar also, which is one of the best, said to be best of the Bashyas of Saundar Lahari. He also, at some place, he twisted towards Kavala Marga. Want to put it around. No, it's not so. It is not so. It is Pakka Samyachara in Saundar Lahari also. If somebody wants to give another dimension as Kavala, nothing I can do on that. But that is not the purpose of Saundar Lahari. That's why he never, though he didn't directly say, one thing is, I conclude it. Creation, destruction is her. She, Brahman, you call it as Devi Shakti, which is universal consciousness, energy, Prakasha, Vimarsha. That enters into beings in the form of individual soul. Reflection of that in the individual soul, which is not affected by sorrow or happiness. Like a mirror defect doesn't affect me. I'm only affected. Same thing she also withdraws. So happiness, sorrow is not affected to the Jivatman also. That's it. And this Jivatma can realize within him what exactly is here. What exactly is here? That is Jivan Mukti. He understands, realizes that what is reflecting here is that. That's enough. That is Jivan Mukti.